Tiong Bahru Market is well known for its good food, but did you know that it also has a long history, stemming all the way to 1945 when 2 shophouses along Tiong Bahru Road were converted into a wet market. Tiong Bahru Market is one of 10 stops at the newly launched Tiong Bahru Heritage Trail. Launched by Senior Minister of State for the Ministry of Law and the Ministry of Education and Tanjong Pagar MP Indrani Raja, the Tiong Bahru Heritage Trail is National Heritage Board's 11th and is the first trail with guided tours for the public. The 2-hour tours will be led by Tiong Bahru residents, museum volunteers and students from Henderson Secondary School. Among these volunteer guides are Mr. and Mrs. Kong, who grew up and fell in love in Tiong Bahru.
This is our home. We are so glad that they're going to start this heritage trail to let more people know about our Tiong Bahru. 我们是在篮球场上认识的。
我第一眼看到她的时候，她是一位很活跃、活泼的女孩子，而且你跟她讲的东西，她都很用心的去学。因为那时候家境不是很富裕，所以我的童年的活动都是在家的门前玩赛跑、玩跳高、玩捉迷藏，
去那个龙沟抓鱼。
捉鱼。在龙沟捉鱼，而且那个龙沟的水是黑色的。
门前有一个大龙沟嘛，金天路那边。
如果我们的球掉了下去龙沟，我们也是要照下去跑下去拿，去捡回来。我总觉得那个时候，因为左邻右舍门都开着，可能我缺少糖，我就跑你在家里有没有糖啊？
The happy couple, who have been married for 33 years, took their wedding pictures in front of the Dancing Girl sculpture, which is created by artist Lim Nang Seng, who also created the Merlion in 1972. The sculpture is one of 10 stops along the Tiong Bahru Heritage Trail, and all stops feature a storyboard or marker with nuggets of history. Other highlights of the trail include Block 78, which is shaped like a horseshoe and holds the first air raid shelter within a public housing project in Singapore, and Tiong Bahru Community Centre, which was built in 1951 by converting a pre-war air raid shelter.
I had very little or no idea about what Tiong Bahru was, other than there was a Tiong Bahru Plaza where I could hang out with my friends. But after all this, I think I've learned a lot. I didn't know there was an air raid shelter, and there was a lady born air raid shelter, and all these little interesting bits and pieces of information.
I love the fact that it's a very, very nice mix of the old and the new. So they have managed to maintain or retain the very old charm, and all those old coffee shops, the old culture, the old whether it's buildings and just the whole vibe. But yet they also allow the new cafes and the new lease of life to just kind of hibernate and just come together. And I think that's quite magical, and I think that's quite unusual. Not a lot of estate can do that.
With its rich history and recent revival as a hipster magnet, Tiong Bahru holds a special place in Singaporeans' hearts. When asked if Tiong Bahru can be nominated as a UNESCO Heritage Site, Ms. Indrani said she hoped so.
I would hope so. I understand that in order to be a UNESCO Heritage Site, you have to meet 10 criteria which are quite stringent. And I don't know at the current time whether Tiong Bahru actually meets that criteria, and I think further research has to be done. But if it does meet the criteria, I think it would be a wonderful nomination, simply because, as I mentioned earlier, the unique character of the place is something that makes it special, not just to the residents here, but to all Singaporeans.
Guided tours of the Tiong Bahru Heritage Trail will begin in May, while guided tours of the air raid shelter in Tiong Bahru will start in June. All guided tours cost $2 per person, and proceeds will go to the Tanjong Pagar Tiong Bahru Community Development Fund.